Oh, hello there. Sonja Badesi here from Success Fitness. And today we're going to be doing a deep yoga stretch. So it's not going to be as fast moving as we normally do, or as we sometimes do. This is also not a combination of Pilates today. So it's very yoga-like, very relaxing. I really want you to focus on being grounded, being here in the moment. So if you're not quite ready yet, go grab your mat. I do like sometimes having a couple blocks handy to put my knees on, or maybe help me elevate with downward dogs or anything like that. And also sometimes use my yoga strap, but we don't need that today. You can also have a chair handy. So there's a lot of tools that we can maybe use to make your yoga practice a little bit more comfortable. So each pose is your pose. Doesn't have to look perfect so long we are safe. Right? So that's the key to any exercises, any yoga, any Pilates, anything that you're going to be doing is, are you safe? Are you feeling okay with the position that you're in, right? That's the biggest factor when we're doing this. So what I'd like you to start off with, we want to sort of ground yourself on your mat. So I want you to think about where your hip bones are, aligned with your knees, ankles are right underneath it. And I want you to really press your heels, big toe, little toe down to the mat and get a feel for nice and solidly, evenly standing on your right and left leg, okay? Shoulders roll back, opening up those palms towards me. Close your eyes and give yourself a nice deep breath in. And exhaling it out. Maybe have some nice soft yoga music playing in your background. And again, inhale nice and deep. And exhale. Good work. Give me two more of these. Inhale in. And as you're doing this, exhale out. Ground yourself. It's okay to move your head around a little bit. Sway your body a little bit, side to side. That's okay to do, right? So just sort of finding that center. And exhale out. Good job. Let's open those eyes. We're going to take another deep breath. Use those arms this time. Inhale, reaching it tall. Exhale, taking it down into your legs. And again, inhale tall. And exhale. And again, inhale nice and tall. And exhale. Excellent work. And again, inhale tall. Just want to get that energy moving. One more time. We're going to hold this one up this time. Grab those hands. And we're just going to lean over to one side. And what I want you to feel is a little stretch down to the lats. Push your hips slightly away from you so that you feel the stretch going right along the hips, into the lats, the side of the back. Let's go take it over to the other side. Nice deep stretch into it, pressing the hip away. You're doing amazing. Thank you for joining me today and releasing it back to the center, releasing those hands back down to the side. Let's roll those shoulders out. Nice big circle. So if you were working already behind the desk this morning, so this is where we want to roll things out a little bit, moving things around, right? So check in with your body. Let's see what's tight, okay? Good job. Two more. Last one. All right, let's hold it right here, ear to shoulder. We don't need to roll the shoulders forward, right? We're always forward anyways. Ear to shoulder. And back to the center. Let's look over your shoulder. And again, over the other side, looking over your shoulder. And back to the center. Perfect. Give you another nice deep breath in, but this time I want you to go into a forward fold. So we're going to take it all the way down towards the floor. If you can't touch the floor, don't worry about it. What I want you to feel here is a stretch going down the legs. So if you feel it more in your calves and your hamstrings and your glutes, and we're just going to let ourselves just dangle. So let your head go. Let your shoulders go. And again, nice deep breath in. And exhale out. Rolling the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale back into your heart. And again, inhale, reaching it up. A little bit more of a back bend here. Hinging it back forward into that forward fold. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. We're going to take it from here on all fours. So hands go right down to the floor. Knees go down to the ground. Let's hold it right here. We're going to hold it, arching through that lower back. Pretend you have a pencil stuck on your tailbone, and you're going to be drawing circles on the ceiling. So let's just get those hips moving. 1 direction. 2, keep going. 3, let's do 2 more. Get a little bit more into those shoulders. 1 more. Good, let's go the other way. And go 5, excellent. 4, right? So we want to breathe through all this. 3, let's go 2 more. Last one. And holding it right here. We're going to go right into a toe pose. Now this can be pretty intense. So what I want you to do is press into your toes, into your feet there. Okay. And we're going to take it upright, and I want you to sit back towards those heels. Now, doing this is stretching out the toes, the bottoms of your feet. If that feels too intense, this is where your tools come in. You can take a block and you can lessen that intensity, okay? Or maybe just stay here if that's enough, all right? We're gonna sit back as much as you can, hold it. Our palms are resting on top of those knees or thighs. We're gonna keep your shoulders down and back, and even with me, like I'm already feeling each toe just being stretched right out. Let's hold it, take a deep breath in. Exhaling it out. And again, today is all about deep stretching, staying in the pose a lot longer. Exhale out. And if you had enough, if you're kind of going, whew, as long as I can take it, take a break, okay? Good job. 2 more times. Inhale in. Exhale out. 1 more time. Inhale in. Exhale out. Whoo, that's intense. Hands go down. Let's point those toes. Let's hold it right here and just sort of flutter those feet out, pointing those toes and giving them a nice little break. Okay, get the blood back into your toes. Keep going. Keep going. Flutter them out for 4, 3, 2, and time. So we're going to hold your toes back this time. And this, I want you to sit back towards your heels this way. And I want you to think about pressing into your bum as much as you can. We're going to get the torso upright. Let's see if you can sit on those heels. If you can't, again, your block can come in handy, right? If this bothers your knees, or just simply don't sit all the way back. So again, now we're stretching the top of your feet. Let's hold it right here. All right, so if this is enough for you, this is where you're going to stay. Now, to take it to that next level, what I like you to do is lift those knees off the ground, just maybe an inch or 2, okay? Lift it up. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Take a deep breath in. If you need a little bit of support, take the fingertips behind you. Give it a little bit of help, okay? Don't hold your breath. Lift the knees a little higher if you can. But again, if this is plenty, this is where you're going to stay, all right? Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And again, inhale in. Exhale out. And release. If you feel a Charlie horse coming up into your toes, which I always have with this kind of position, just get out of it, all right? We're gonna go into a puppy pose, which is just like a child's pose, except we're not gonna sit back on those heels. We've done a lot of that. So arms extend. We're gonna get your head right down to the mat. Arms fully extend, but your bum is up towards the ceiling. So we want to keep your hips and shoulders aligned. Forehead is going right down towards the floor. Think about reaching those fingertips away as far as you can, right? So we're not resting down towards your heels. I think I still have a cramp in my toe. Good job, right? Make sure that you're hydrated before you do these kind of classes. Nice extension. Keep holding it. So it is meant to be deep today, meaning we're going to hold each stretch a lot longer than we normally would in a Yoga Lattes class, where we try to make it a little bit more flowy. Deepen into it. Give me 1 more deep breath in and out. Good work. Let's come right up on all fours. Hands down underneath your shoulders. We're going to go into your cat and cow. We're going to tuck your tailbone under. Ready? Exhale. And inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale, moving through that lower back. And again, exhale. Inhale. And again. And release. And it really doesn't matter here if your toes are relaxed or tucked in like mine. It's just I'm trying to get rid of the cramp. And again, exhale. And inhale. Good, 3 more. Exhale. And inhale. Awesome, 2 more times. Inhale, moving through that spine 1 last time. And release. Good. We're going to stay on all fours. We're going to thread the needle. We'll start with your right arm or the one closest towards me, but always remember which side you're starting, okay? So that you make sure that you're going to do the other side. So we're going to take that right hand, so in my case, my right, and I'm going to slide it all the way under until I'm tapping down towards my shoulder. So all the way down into it. Feel the extension of that shoulder girdle right into the your deltoid. And then we're going to come all the way out of it. And I want you to rotate it all the way up as far as you can. So this all depends on your flexibility through the spine, through the chest, right? So it could be lots of things that you're feeling here. Let's slide it all the way back under too. Tapping it down towards the shoulder and all the way back up. Okay. Give me 3 more. Down we go as far as you can go. And all the way back up. 2 more times. Really trying to open it up. And up you go. 1 more. All the way down. And all the way back up. Good. We're going to take it all the way down, and this time we're going to hold it down there. Okay? So I really want you to feel the push down towards your shoulder. We're going to land your chest as much as you can on top of that arm, and the hand that's supporting you, I want you to walk it away from you, stretching it above your head. Your bum is sticking up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And again, you can rest your forehead on the mat. Exhale out. Hold it right here. Good work. Give me 2 more deep breaths in and out. Excellent job. 1 more time. We're going to slide that top hand back in. We're going to come right back up. We're going to take that right hand that we had up towards the ceiling. I'm going to wrap it around that lower back with your palms facing up towards the ceiling. Now try to come around as far as you can. And I want you to rotate your torso open and look up towards the ceiling. So my hand is coming all the way around as far as I can get it. Good. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Don't forget to breathe. We don't want to hold your breath here. Opening that shoulder the opposite direction. Keep going. And releasing that arm down. Whew. All right, shake it out. We got the other side to do. So again, we're going to thread the needle. So this time we're going to go towards the left side. And again, if you did the left just now, just make sure you're on the other side. Easy peasy, right? All right, sliding that hand under as far as you can go. Tapping that shoulder down. Notice I don't really press my chest down at this point. Okay, just sliding it under. Open it up and rotate as far as you can go. 1. And you might find that one side has a lot more give. 2. And opening it up. And again, wrapping it under. 3. Good. And opening it up. So your bottom hand is helping you anchor your body. And again, 4. 1 more time. down to that shoulder, opening it back up. We're going to go all the way back under. And this time we're going to hold it again. We're going to rest on that shoulder, but this time I want you to lay more down onto it. Your right hand is going to reach away from you, forehead going right down. Stretching through the shoulders. So the stretched out arm, you're going to maybe feel this more in the front of that arm, in the chest. The arm that's extended underneath you, really lay down towards it. You may feel this in your shoulder. So it really depends on where you're the tightest. And again, the key is to hold it a little bit longer to really get the benefits. Deepening that stretch, lengthening it through each part of the body. We're going to take that top hand, sliding it back in, popping ourselves back up. We're going to take that left arm. We're going to wrap it around with your palm open as far as it can go. And we're going to open that torso up, looking up towards the ceiling as much as we can. So again, while I'm doing that, I'm trying to go a little further. Right, again, try not to Charlie horse in any sort of area in your back, right? So really trying to listen to your body. Don't hold your breath. Inhale, exhale. Each time we breathe, we might be able to go just a tiny bit further. And releasing it. Whoo, shake it out, shake it out. So let's give it a little bit of a breather. So all I want you to do is rolling those shoulders out, nice big circles. You're doing great. Good, rolling it forward. So now I'll let you roll forward. Good job. Okay, we're gonna go into a downward dog for 3 breaths, and then we're going to go into a child's pose for 3 breaths, and we're going to repeat that 3 times. All right. If you are doing a downward dog that your level is not quite on the ground, you want to do it on a chair, on the wall. There's all different levels to the downward dog, but I'm going to be doing this on the floor. So spreading my fingers, toes tuck under, arching my lower back. I'm going to be leading with my tailbone. So if there's a string on my tailbone, it's going to go up towards the ceiling. We're going to press those heels towards the mat, pulling those knees up into your thighs. Try to get as straight as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Head is relaxed. And again, inhale in. Exhale out. One more time. Take it down to the floor. Child's pose. This time we're going to go right back to the heels. Head rests down. Take a deep breath in. Stretch those arms out. Exhale. And again, inhale. One more time. Good work. Walking it back up on all fours, maintaining that nice arch. String attached to the tailbone, downward dog. Head going right through. Inhale in. Exhale out. Each time we go into each pose, we want to go a little deeper. Open it up through the armpits as I'm trying to squeeze the shoulder blades. Drop it back down to the knees. Child's pose, arms extended, sitting down towards the heels. Inhale in. Exhale out. If you've experienced any stress today, let it go. And again, inhale in. And exhale out. Walk your hands back in one more time. Tuck your toes under, arching the lower back. String pulls you up towards the ceiling. Heels pressing down. Inhale in. Exhale out. And again, inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale one last time. Drop it to the knees into your child's pose. Arms extended. Reach those hands away from your shoulders. One more time. Good work. Back up on all fours. Let's hold it right here. We're going to tuck your toes under. We're going to walk our hands towards your knees. We're going to rock ourselves onto your feet. Pressing those heels towards the mat, but don't pop your heels right down to the mat. We're just going to hold it right here, feeling a stretch going up those calves. Nice and gently, we're going to come into a forward fold. So we're going to let ourselves just dangle down. Try to get your head dangling. Let your shoulders go. Let your arms go. Slowly rolling it up one vertebrae at a time. Don't rush this. Arms come up. Palms face forward. Let's hold it right here. And we're going to take those arms into a 90-degree angle and squeezing the shoulder blades. So this is called the cactus pose. Let's take those feet just a tiny bit further apart. Squeeze the shoulder blades, opening up to the chest. Taking it straight up towards the ceiling. Chin tucks under, forward fold. Feel the stretch in the back of those legs. Rolling it all the way back up. Arms come up towards the ceiling, palms facing forward. 90-degree angle to the arms. Cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades, leaning slightly more back. Reaching it back up to the ceiling. Chin tucks under, forward fold. Let your head go, let your shoulders go. Slowly rounding it up one last time. Arms come out to the side. Palms facing forward, cactus. Squeezing the shoulder blades. All the way back up, forward fold. Good, we're gonna hold it right here and we're gonna cross those arms and we're gonna rest your head onto your forearms. And we're just gonna sort of sway side to side if that feels good. If that doesn't feel good, don't sway. And we'll just sort of go right, left. You can bend your legs a little bit with it. Just do what feels good, okay? No right or wrong here. So what we're trying to do is a little bit of traction to the neck, traction to the spine. Now, if you can, take this a little further. I want you to clasp those hands together and just place them right on your neck, back of the head. And you're just going to give it a little bit of weight. Let your head go. And you may feel this going all the way down your spine. I'm just holding it right here. Take a nice deep breath. If that's too intense, please don't do that. Just rest your forehead on your forearms. Good work. We're going to let those hands go back down into that forward fold position. And we're going to walk your hands just slightly forward in front of you. Now, ideally what we want here is your back staying flat. If that's not possible, we want to come up a little higher, but we need to keep our hands attached to something, which means either on the floor, on some blocks, on a chair, or you can just put them right to your knees and just hold it right here. So halfway forward fold can be simply this, okay? Let's hold it right here. Try to straighten those legs out as much as we can. So what I sometimes like to do, this is where the block comes in handy, right? So I can stay right here and I can actually walk myself a little bit more out. Feel the stretch in the back of those hamstrings. One more deep breath in and out. Awesome work. So your back is flat, right? We don't want to be here. Sticking the bum right out. Go nicely down back to the floor. Soften those knees if you need to. Your hands are going to be spread out on the mat. Step both feet back until we're in a plank position. Now, when we're in a plank, we want to keep your wrists, elbows, and shoulders aligned. So we're not shifting back. We're going to be shifting right on top of the arms so your core is engaged. If you feel this only in your shoulders, that means your hands are too far forward. All right, so take a look. Make sure everything is nicely aligned. Hold it right here. If that gets too hard, just drop to the knees. Keep holding it. But don't let the core go. The plank position is a great core exercise, great for the whole around transverse lower back. Just because we're on our knees doesn't mean we can relax into the pose and not using the core, so really strengthen through the core muscles. Good work. Dropping to the knees. We're going to gently come down towards your belly. All the way down we go. Point your toes behind you. I want you to think about relaxing those glutes as possible. Your hands stay right underneath your shoulders. We're going to retreat those shoulders down your spine, and we're going to do a nice little mini cobra. So we're going to take an exhale as we're lifting the chest off the mat. And inhale, releasing it back down. And again, exhale. And inhale. If you feel your glutes engaging, try to let them relax. It's hard to do. And as soon as you relax those glute muscles, your extension becomes a lot less. And release. Give me one more. And release. We're going to tuck, just leave those toes the same. We're going to use your core, lifting it up into a child's pose. So sitting right back into those heels. Arms fully extended. Give your lower back a little break. Coming all the way back up on all fours. We're going to go back to your downward dog. So spreading those fingers, arching that lower back, tuck your toes under. We're going to lift it back up towards the sky, holding it right here. We're going to step your left leg forward into a lunge position. Once we're there, let's hold it. Keep your back nice and flat. So we're kind of resting your armpit into that knee. We're going to lower your back knee down towards the ground. Point your toes back, so just relaxing that foot. We're going to keep your right hand a little bit closer towards that left foot, and we're going to rotate, twisting into it, opening up the opposite arm. Hold it, hold it, hold it. One more deep breath in and out. Releasing it back down. That leg that's in the front and you don't have a good angle here, I'm going to show you. So stay where you are. What I'd like you to do here is everything stays the same, except I want you to take your hand to the inside of that knee and I want you to push it away, and you're almost landing to the side of that foot. The further we can press it away, you're going to feel an opening happening. I don't know why I started on this side because you can't see anything. We want to feel the opening off that hip, right? So we don't want to take your torso away from you. Your torso stays exactly the same. Press out from the hip. Try to go more and more to the side of that foot. So a nice little opening through that hip. One more deep breath in and out. Good work. Coming right back into it. I'm just going to go back to where I was. We're going to take that back knee off the ground and let's hold it right here for a nice high lunge. And while we're here, if you can, again, you might need some yoga blocks, which come in very handy. And we're going to prop yourself a little bit higher up, okay? If you don't need the block, then that's okay. And then if you can come up a little bit higher. So again, the bottom of your foot is stretching. Your front knee, ankle is aligned, and then try to come all the way up into the upright position. Shoulders retreat down. What makes a class like this difficult is because we're spending a lot more time in one pose, okay? So if it feels too much, just pull back a little bit. We're going to release that back knee back down. That leg that's in the front, we're going to go into a pigeon. So we're going to take your heel to the right hip flexor. So we're just going to bend into it, and we're going to slide the back leg behind. So we're in a semi-split position there. And again, I'm going to turn myself a little bit so you can see better. And I want to take this knee just slightly out, okay? We're going to stay in the king pigeon. So basically that means that your torso stays upright, your back leg is stretched back, your heel is in the hip flexor. Now, if this is too difficult on your knees, pull it out a little bit. If it's a little bit too difficult on the knees, you might not want to take it this deep. You can do it on the edge of a couch. You can do it on a chair, right, to bring you up a little bit higher. Shoulders down and back, hold it. Good, keep that chest open. And again, if it's too difficult, right, like you might be here, and that's okay, so long it's okay on the knee. From here, we're going to go into a deer pose. So I'm actually going to turn myself so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to sit back into your hip. Okay, so just stay the same. I'm going to take that back leg. I'm just going to drop it in so the front leg is touching the front of that thigh, and this one is bent. Okay, and then I'm going to turn myself over to that bent leg. Hold it right here. So just twisting and looking the opposite direction. So you might feel the lower back having to do a little bit more work here, and then try to look over your shoulder. Good work. We're going to take it back to looking in front of you. So you kind of aligned with the bent leg, and we're going to try to come all the way down towards the elbows. Okay, if that feels okay, then stretch your arms all the way out and then try to do a forward fold with this as far down as you feel comfortable. And again, if that's not possible, just stay right here, find a position that works for you. Good work. We're going to come all the way up. We're going to keep this leg bent, but we're going to come a little bit more forward so that you can see me. Torso nice and upright. We're going to take that top leg and we're going to cross it over. Now, how far we can go with this is called the cow face. So how far we can go with this is we want to get this knee and this knee attached as much as we can. So that means this leg has to twist behind. So we're making a nice little knot. Now, if this is not possible for you, just stay in this position. You might feel just a little bit of a stretch. You might feel this really deep stretch, right? But if you can, grab that leg and push it back. Try not to push into one hip or the other. Try to keep yourself as upright as you can, shoulders down and back. So my right leg is on top, my left leg is on the bottom. My knees are aligned with each other, right? That's the goal. So it's like you're twisting yourself up. I'm going to take my right arm, reaching it behind me, and I don't want it here. I want to push that arm in. I'm going to grab the opposite hand and we're going to push that elbow a little further. We can do it from here if that's uncomfortable on the neck. Take it from behind, and then if you can, touch your fingertips to fingertips. You can even hold it right there. This is where the yoga strap comes in handy as well, because you can just put it between your hands. Hold it, hold it, hold it. How are those hips doing? So if your right leg is on top, you should feel this in your right hip. I'm going to take that right arm, and I'm going to take it in front of you, and with the opposite hand, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a push. So we're just going to go opposite of that shoulder, across the chest, holding it right here. We don't want it way up here, just across the chest. Good job. Releasing those arms. We're going to take both legs in front of you. Whew, unwinding, hey? Untying it all. Take a nice deep breath in, reaching it tall into a forward fold, touching those toes if you can, ankles, whatever comes first, leaning forward into it, nose to knee, as long as we can keep your back as flat as we can. We don't want to be here and focusing on reaching it, but we're not really getting a good posture here. So shoulders down and back, reaching for the toes, reaching for the ankles, and really focusing on that straight ahead. And again, this is where the strap comes in handy, because we can just strap it around and then really maintaining a good flat back here. Deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Every time I breathe, I can go just that tiny bit further, right? And release. We're going to lay over onto your right side. And we're going to take your top leg slightly forward. And we're going to take your bottom leg, we're going to bend it, and we're going to grab the ankle. And we're going to pull that knee just slightly back. So we're going to do a little bend into the quad stretch. Okay? Holding it right here again. Deep breath in. Pulling the heel towards your bum. And again, inhale. And exhale out. One more time. And exhale out. Good. Let's release it. We're going to flip back to the same side. I'm going to do it. You can go on this side, but just remember which side we were working. So I like to go back to the same side, so I'm not going to forget where I was. So we did everything sort of on your right or left, right? So tuck your toes under. We do have to do the other side. Lifting it back up into your downward dog. Awesome work. This time I'm going to step forward with my right leg. Left leg stays behind. I'm going to open it up into that high lunge position. Okay, so that's where we started, right? I'm resting my armpit kind of into that knee. We're going to drop that knee down, point your toe back, sliding your inside hand towards your foot, and your right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, keeping the knee towards the chest. Right? So we're doing everything the same, but on the other side. Keep holding it. I'm going to take that right hand down towards the right knee. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to push it away from me. Okay, so again, we're opening that hip a little bit further. Then if you can, go onto the side of that foot and go a little further, right? But don't force this if this is causing any discomfort or pain. Oh, feels so good. I really feel that in that hip joint, right? Feels good. Should feel good pain. Such a thing as good pain. I actually feel this in my ankle a little bit too. We're going to take that knee back in, straddling that foot again. Back knee comes back off the ground. High lunge position. Let's hold it. Keeping that back nice and flat. We're going to go into your pigeon pose. So we're going to take this heel, Into the hip flexor, lowering yourself right down into it. This knee opens up just slightly. King pigeon to start, nice and open. Good. Trying to sit into that hip. Again, if this is too harsh for you, you can also lay on your back, doing a figure 4. Sinking into it as much as we can. Stretching that back leg as far as you can back. It's like doing the splits with your front leg bent. Good job. We're going to pop ourselves down into that hip. We're going to keep your front leg bent, but we're going to slide the other leg in. So your top foot is touching the top of that thigh. Let's hold it right here, but we're going to walk it over to the outside off that hip, off that thigh. Okay, let's hold it. And then looking over your shoulder. So again, for some of us, this might be better on one side than the other. Okay. So don't force this. Good. And then just stay sort of a little bit more aligned with that hip. And if you can, right into that forward fold. I find this side a lot more difficult for me. If that's not comfortable, just drop to the elbows and hold it here. Okay. So again, finding the right position for you. It's like doing a child's pose, but you're all twisted up. Coming all the way back upright. We're going to take that front knee, which is still going to be bent, but we're going to take that back leg and we're going to pop it all the way over. Again, if this is enough, then this is where we would stay. Okay, so don't force this. Or we're going to do the cow face. We're going to go right forward. Again, knee to knee. And you're going to find, again, that one side might be much, much easier than the other. So try to get into the best position you can, right? So this takes maybe a few seconds to sort of get into it. Shoulders down and back. Hold it right here. Try to get them aligned if you can. Shoulders down and back. Nice deep breath in. Exhaling it out. We're going to take your one hand behind. So this time I'm on my left side. So you can grab that hand, the elbow, and this hand, pulling the elbow slightly back. Feel the stretch in your triceps. If that's too much on the neck, you can take your hand behind and see if you can touch those fingertips. Hold it right here, staying nice and upright. How are we doing? Deep breathing, don't lose this. Releasing it, we're going to take this hand to the front of the chest, grabbing it with the other hand, and just get that nice stretch and release from the shoulder. For some of us, it might be a deeper stretch. For some of us, it might not be a stretch at all, but just kind of going the opposite direction, stretching it away. And again, I find one side sometimes feels more intense than the other, even with this. How's that hip? Feel that hip stretching, hey? And again, if this is not a good position for you, just ease off with one of the legs and releasing it. We're going to extend both legs in front of you. Torso nice and upright. Give yourself a nice deep breath in. Exhale, coming forward into that forward fold. Again, grabbing the toes, flexing them feet. Think about chest to knees, crown of your head towards your toes. Feel the deepening of the stretch. And again, this works well as well. Or using the yoga strap. and release. We're going to lay back on your side. And again, we did earlier, I did my right leg. So my left leg is now forward, and I'm going to pull my right leg is forward. I'm going to lay right into it, grabbing my foot, pushing that pelvic forward, squeezing my glutes. This leg is just resting in front. Nice little stretch in my quads, relaxing those shoulders down and back. Good work. Just again, coming to the end of our yoga class. You did an amazing job. Now, the biggest suggestion I have at this point is release your leg, is to hang out here for a bit longer, even after I'm gone. We're going to lay right down onto your back, into your corpse pose. Hands go just down beside your hips. Relax those shoulders. Give yourself a nice deep breath in. And exhaling it out. And while we're in this position, really trying to focus on where is the breath going? How is the body feeling? Let's tune into all those parts of the body that we stretched today. Exhaling it out. Nice deep breath in and out. Really feeling the air circling through, all that oxygen circling through the body. Filling each cell with oxygen. I'm going to leave you with that. You stay where you are. I'm going to be leaving. So if you can stay here for maybe an additional 5 minutes, maybe 10, if you can handle that. Nice deep breathing, circling the air through. Let everything go, right? So this next 5 minutes is all about you. Let everything go and focus on what happens after, not right now. All right. So thank you for joining with me today in our deep yoga stretch class today. My name is Sonja Badesi. Thank you for Raw Roads for sponsoring this class, and we will see you tomorrow.